Hi. Welcome to Charts Chatter with Chatur Charts, the 20th May edition. And what a day it was. The Bulls came rampaging with vengeance and captured whatever that they lost the previous day. Look at the Nifty chart today. Now, here is the 19th May candle where 419 points were lost. And right from the word go, Nifty opened above the channel, the resistance line, and closed exactly at the point of the next level of resistance, that is at 16,266. So our notion and our prediction that probably this is going to be a trading range from 15,800 to 16,400 is kind of getting confirmed in a way. So this is an extremely strong close that Nifty has made, and it's one of the few attempts that it has made outside the channel. So it'll be interesting to see whether a new trading range gets formed or Nifty is again going to sulk and go down and retest lower levels. But we all must be kind of ready because global cues are weak and the pull and push, as I explained in a couple of videos back, is bound to be there for some time. But regardless of that, I think we should enjoy the moment. And this is one of the rare occasions when a trend line breakout has happened. So hopefully this should stay because it has come with a very, very strong close. Let's see what happened to Bank Nifty. The situation is more or less the same in Bank Nifty as well. Extremely strong close right from the word go. It has opened just about below the channel, but crossed over it, and it's again sitting at a resistance point. And interestingly, 33,500, 33,800, and 34,000 were all resistance supports that it had broken on 19th May. In just one single session, it has crossed over 3 resistance points, so which is very creditable. So Bank Nifty also has kind of closed very strong. And what appears to be a case yesterday was a knee-jerk reaction to whatever happened in the US the previous day. But global cues are like that, and markets world over react to wild swings in the US market. So our market is no different, and we must learn to live with volatility. So again, next week is going to be eventful. So the new trading range for Bank Nifty is probably now the 33,800 to say 34,600 until new levels are breached. Today, I'm going to feature about 3 stocks which we had discussed in one of the previous sessions. So let's see what they are doing now. I was extremely bullish on Kotak Mahindra Bank a couple of sessions back, and after that, in fact, it did test new levels of 1841 followed by 1864, where there was an inverted hammer. So it failed to breach the 1863 level. And thereafter, the selling bout on the 19th brought it down to as low as 1783 close on 19th. So it gave up almost 80 points of gain in 2 sessions. But the pattern is so strong that today it has bounced back with vengeance and it has closed, it did a high of 1839 and it has closed at 1829. Now, interestingly, this is a combination chart in the sense there are 2 patterns that are embedded within each other. So one is a symmetrical pattern, which already has a target of up to 1880. And coupled with that, there is a rising channel that is embedded. If you see these 2 parallel lines, is a rising channel. So this is a very powerful setup. And if Kotak is able to successfully breach 1841 levels, then a jump towards 1863, which it had tested earlier, and then eventually 1880 should just be a few sessions. So my estimate was that in the May series, the Kotak will probably test 1890 to 1900 zones. So we're not very far away. There are still about 4 sessions. And if the current strength that it displays and a breakout happens above 1841, then it looks to be a certainty. All the oscillators are extremely strong. The MACD is positive above the zero line on the day chart, which is a very, very strong indicator. The stochastic is a buy signal. RSI is strong at 36. And ADX has also given a buy signal today. So everything looks good. So it'll be interesting to watch this stock. The next stock on my radar is Infosys, which I had recommended with a 160 point kind of a target. And we had seen a squeeze, a falling wedge squeeze, but thereafter the fall of 19th of May brought it down even further to test a low of 1417 before closing at 1427. Now, despite this steep fall, the oscillator's divergence is still intact. That's very interesting. A stock loses almost 120 points in one single session, more than 120 points in one single session. Yet, if the oscillators don't, give a negative divergence, then it probably signals the end of the selling spree. So I'm still extremely bullish on Infosys. There's also one more reason. If I switch on the Bollinger Band, today's doji has just come inside the Bollinger Band. If you can see that today there is a small doji that has got formed, and that is just wedged inside the Bollinger Band here. So this is a good indication that, and it appears like a bullish harami, but it is actually a doji, but it is good enough to signal end of the selling spree. And if I were to look at the oscillators, the MACD is still positive, even with the selling that happened yesterday. Now here is where there is a bullish divergence on the stochastic. The RSI is also strong. So my sense is that this stock will see a buying spree once again, and in the coming few weeks, it will probably start to rally back around the 1550 to 1600 zones in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this seems to be a stock that has got bottomed out, and charts actually help you to identify bottoms made in a particular stock. So this is a very, very powerful tool to identify whether the stock has made bottom. The star of today's show was Reliance, and a 144 point gain in one single session. I can't remember the last time when Reliance bounced so much. And this is a very, very strong chart for several reasons. In just one session today, it has crossed over two important Fibonacci retracement levels. That is the 38% level and the 50% level. So, and it's heading towards the golden ratio of 61.8%. So, given the volume, above average volume, and the fact that all its moving averages are in perfect sync. If you see here, the 20-day moving average, the price has crossed the 20-day moving average, the 34 EMA, the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. So this stock is the most ideal stock setup to go long on. So it's rare to find stocks like this in a falling market. So in a falling market, we have seen several examples where the stocks have displayed strength in the candles, but the moving averages are out of sync. So somewhere we see the prices below the 50-day moving average, the 100 has gone above the 50-day average, so on and so forth. But this is a perfect case where it fits in and there is a tick in the box for every criteria that one will kind of set up for going long on a stock. So Fibonacci retracement of 50%, extremely strong, on the way to test the 61% golden ratio at 2660. and thereafter the 78% retracement at 2750. So the price averages, the prices above all these averages, and the averages are in sync. RSI is strong at 54. Stochastic is a very clear buy, very, very strong buy signal. On the day chart, MACD is below the zero line, but just about to give a buy signal. So probably if the momentum is maintained next week, the MACD might also trigger a buy signal. But ADX has already given a buy, so directionally looks very positive. But my personal way of going long on this stock is actually to kind of try to hedge it, because the overall market sentiment is weak. There's a lot of push and pull, so long positions are better dealt with a suitable hedge. All right. So very interesting week. It concluded well. Let's look forward to see how it plays out next week. The markets, the indices have reached the higher end of the trading range. Nifty is pretty close to 100 points, 140 points away from 16,400. And Bank Nifty is very close to the magical resistance at around 34,300 to 400 zone. So these are very, very tough resistance levels to cross. So either the indices may kind of linger around before it makes the next up move, or it may kind of go to the earlier support level to test. So let's watch out for how the week unfolds and how the expiry settles on the 26th of May. Thank you so much, and all of you have a great weekend. Bye-bye. If you do like this video, press the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel for regular updates. I hope you found this educational series useful. Bye-bye.